Okay, let's talk about something that a lot of businesses rely on: spreadsheets. If you're using an Excel or Google Sheets to track your IT assets, you're not alone. Many organizations, especially smaller or growing ones, start with spreadsheets. They're familiar, simple, and best of all, free. You don't need approvals to get started. There's no new software to learn. You just open a blank sheet, add a few columns, and boom, you have an inventory. And for a while, that can work. If you have a relatively small IT environment, maybe just a few dozen devices, it's easy enough to manually update things when needed. If somebody gets a new laptop, you log it. If a machine gets decommissioned, you mark it as retired. But an inventory list is not the same as asset lifecycle management. A spreadsheet is static. It's a snapshot in time, a passive document that only changes when someone remembers to update it. The problem is that the second you forget to update it, it starts falling apart. And maybe you're watching this and thinking, well, honestly, we don't even have a spreadsheet yet. No judgment. If you're starting from zero, we got you. We've included a downloadable Excel template to help you get started. It covers the basics: what to track, what fields to include, and how to stay organized. You can customize it to fit your needs. And later on, when you're ready to move on to a full ITALM tool, you'll already have the groundwork in place. Whether you're working with a basic spreadsheet, an ITAM tool, or literally nothing yet, what matters is that you're taking the first steps towards a more mature, effective asset management strategy. So if your company is still relying on spreadsheets for IT asset management, you've probably run into at least one of these issues. No automation. A spreadsheet won't tell you when a warranty is about to expire or when a device is nearing the end of its useful life. There are no automatic alerts when a software license needs renewal. If a piece of hardware or software hasn't been used in months, a spreadsheet is not going to flag it as underutilized, which means you might keep paying for those devices or licenses you don't need. Also, no daily tracking. Let's say an employee leaves the company and returns their laptop. That's great, but what happens next? Does someone immediately update the spreadsheet, or does the laptop sit in a storage room unused and forgotten? And if it's reassigned, how quickly does that change get reflected? If you don't have this sort of visibility, you end up with ghost assets, devices that exist somewhere but aren't being tracked properly. And it's not just hardware. Think about software subscriptions. If someone leaves but their Microsoft 365 or Adobe subscription doesn't get canceled, you're paying for licenses that aren't being used. Also, high risk of errors. Spreadsheets are fragile. One mistyped serial number can throw off your entire inventory. A single missed row or forgotten update can mean that an asset exists on paper but not in reality. If multiple people have access to the spreadsheet, you have no idea who changed what, and if a mistake happens, it's tough to track down. Human error is inevitable, and when one mistake leads to another, you end up with an inaccurate asset database. Speaking of that, finally, lack of security and compliance tracking. Who's making edits? Who has access to this file? Where's the audit trail for changes? If you're using a simple spreadsheet, there's no visibility into who updated what and when. And if someone deletes or modifies something accidentally or maliciously, there's no easy way to restore the accurate data. Let's not even talk about compliance. If your organization needs to meet security or audit requirements, such as tracking software licenses to avoid vendor audits or ensuring devices meet industry security standards, a spreadsheet doesn't cut it.